And recently we have a financial crisis that is due, and I will come back to that, to the unsustainable consumption production patterns. We found all the billions of dollars we want in order to secure the big banks. Still, environment, poverty issues, we can't find the money for it. So what are really our major challenges and opportunities here? We said about consumption and production patterns, simple facts about pollution, impacts on environment and health, the risks, and the issues of climate change that are all on the media. The degradation and depletion of resources, if you look at it in almost every newspaper and the television, you have a program talking about that, giving us the facts and figures, and we all go back to business as usual. We are turning completely our structure from common goods to individual goods. Just a couple of centuries ago, the community was deciding on the issues, the village was deciding on the issue, the family was deciding on the issue. Now it is the individual who is controlled like a point on a computer. Still, we have our poverty and food crisis that will keep on moving on, and we talk about it, no solution. We still have some opportunities. I don't want to be completely pessimistic, even though I tend to become a lot. We have a lot of good-willing people, good-willing governments, interesting environment and sustainable development policies. The environment is clearly understood by the governments, by the people, and mainly by the companies as an economic stake. It's business also, so we do care about it. We have increasing number of responsible actors. Consumers are more and more aware, not enough, but it's a good increasing trend. And what is sure is that we do have really intelligent people that can come with innovation, with good invention, where we can find a solution, but they are isolated and not mixed with the policymakers. The climate change, resource efficiency, and sustainable consumption and production, you almost find them everywhere now in the discussion of the G8, of the G20, and all governments. But when it comes to trade-offs, we just forgot about them. But they are very nice in political declarations. They become really a concern of everybody. And we have seen our process of thinking evolving. And this evolution is very interesting. About 50 years ago, we were just talking about the production processes. We were not really concerned at all about consumption. Then, from our knowledge, and we have seen the impacts of pollution, we went to the product systems, then to sustainable innovation in order to find the solution, and now to sustainable consumption. The problem is that we are actually at the situation where, like it is on the picture there, where we can decide if we want to leave or destroy a component of the biodiversity, just clicking on a point like on a computer. And we are at this situation now. We have a tremendous power for destruction. We can have the same for construction, but we are not using properly. This would require a lot of policy reforms, culture of change, not to just change, but in our mindset, on our daily life, on daily behavior. We need to think about change. What can be changed to the best? We have been using a lot this issue of decoupling. There are many books written about that, how we can really improve our development, improve our condition of life by using less resources, improving the environment, and so on. When you integrate consumption and production, we can make really a tremendous difference. This analysis is, I will say, scientifically proved, and you will have a report that will be produced in about 3 months on factor 5 that will show you in simple cases how we can effectively produce 5 items with the same quantity of resources by reducing energy consumption and all the other resources. Now, I don't expect you to read this one. It's just to show you what are these key words that are essential when we come to consumption and production. A series of national roundtables on sustainable consumption and production with the support of the European Commission. And we have selected, in fact, the countries that for us will be the future, which are China, Brazil, India, South Africa, the emerging ones, the ones that are using most their resources to feed the rest of the world, the ones that will be tomorrow consuming more than any other one in the world. So if we make a difference with these countries, we can be really on the right track to find a solution. It's a very complex process. We have established a series of task forces led by countries, the wealthy people in Brazil, in Mexico, in Africa, and so on. It has not yet trickled down to the poor people to see how this can benefit, how our resource efficiency system can live on that. We have forgot about durability of equipment, and we moved on volatility of equipment. We are all very happy changing our telephones and computers every year and 2 years and 3 years, and we don't worry on what will happen with the equipment that we'll be throwing. There are a lot of hazardous materials in that can be harmful for others. We should care about that. We should make the companies responsible. As consumers, we should ask for our rights and move on that. So it's extremely important that we really care about the supply chain and the life cycle, that we worry about the product that we have of us. Let's take the issue of the biofuel. Brazil is moving ahead with the biofuel. As I said, no accusation here. The world is moving on renewable energies and biofuel. But what should be the first priority? The first priority should be how to reduce our consumption of energy, how to reduce our consumption of oil, how to be more resource efficient. And then, if need be, let us go for biofuel. It's extremely important. Not add things. We're doing it with the green jobs. We're doing it with the green economy, just adding to the business as usual. I know, can you tell me, give me a few minutes more. We invented green job and green economy just because we found a crisis. But green jobs has been there forever. Let us go into history. But we have not just qualified them as green jobs, working in the forest, taking care about the nature and so on. But green jobs is not just that. Green job is looking at the existing employment in the industry and try to see how to make them more resource efficient, more safer, how to make them conscious about the issue on the depletion of resources and so on. We very quickly go business as usual, but we have been talking so much about sustainable development, and still there. We still have the same problems, and we keep on moving on. We have to change, really, our way of handling issue. We need a structural change in our mind, in our policy. So I'm wondering if we can really find the right opportunity for that. So to conclude, let us be serious and responsible. We need to act. We need to have the right information. A politician needs to be very courageous to take steps in relation to consumption and production. I think the minister will be fired the next day. But this is the problem, and this is what's happening around the world. So they need also those ministers to have a backup of the private sector, to have the backup of the consumers, and to see how we can move ahead, get the right legislative framework, the right regulatory framework, the right market instruments, and the consumer asking for sustainable products. So we should avoid applying for each one of us